Hey guys, this is Amir. I'm going to go through a couple of the matches I had from the Vintage Last Chance Qualifier, uh, just to show how I'm approaching some of the matches, and also uh, let me take a look to see what things I did wrong. I tend to I think I'm pretty good strategically at evaluating matchups, but actual gameplay, I feel like I make a little bit too many mistakes. Uh, so I think it'll be a good chance for me to review and take a look at what's going on. So this is going to be match 1 against Gazmon, who was on Ravager Shops. I think some of the replays got bugged, but we will find out. Okay, so definitely going to keep this. I don't know what they're on at this point. It's just Ancestral. Go from there. Alright, Trinisphere is going to hurt. That will also hurt quite a bit. So my plan at this point is to get an Arcanist down, and eventually either Ancestral again and try to find a Shattering Spree, but most likely, if they're not putting too much pressure on me, try to tutor for a Shattering Spree. This does not work out well. They are coming out with me with lethal pretty quickly. I probably should have stole the car just to decrease the clock a bit, but either way, I'm dead. I know they technically didn't have lethal at that point, but it was I'm dead. So that was game 1. Alright, I kept this in the back of being able to find Shattering Spree off of Tutor, and a quick DAC is really good in this matchup. Alright, 1 sphere, fine, 2 spheres, that's going to be a challenge, but I should be okay off the back of Shattering Spree. I think this really helps showcase some of the power of Mystical Tutor. I know it's not really stock, but I just like the utility of finding what I need at instant speed. So they come at me for 5, that's fine. I go ahead and find my spree, and I go ahead and hit both of the spheres. So now I have a DAC next turn. I have Gush if I need. So let's take a look at what happens here. I think they thought about untapping, but they didn't go for it, which makes sense. Ravager, fine. Second Ravager, a little awkward. Okay, here is where it actually bugs out. Yeah. So I'll stop this here, but because this is not an actual board state, I played Misty, put Spree on top, gushed into it, and killed other creatures. And then from there, ended up being a close one. They brought me down to 1 life. They found a Revoker named Dak Faden. I think I found Swords to Plowshares. So it sort of went back and forth a bit, but eventually was able to close it out after spreeing them multiple times. Alright, so this is a high risk hand that I decided to keep. It is very scary on the draw against shops, and I would not keep it at all if I didn't have a forced negation, because this hand just 100% loses to a turn 1 Revoker, naming Lotus, or the Lodestone Golem. So, but if it's a sphere, I can negation that, and then we can go from there. So high risk. I decided to keep it. I tend to try to do some high risk, high reward plays, and I thought that Ancestral off a Lotus plus the draw step could put me in a good spot here. So let's take a look. Okay, so that's scary, but it ended up naming Mox Ruby, which is not a name that I like. I think you actually go for Dak in that spot. But, okay, they have double sphere, that's fine. Activate Dak, just start, try to protect him a bit. Ravager's fine. So here, I try to induce them to activate Factory. So that I can go ahead and spree it. So now they have no pressure on the board. Their own mana is a little bit tight. They have to activate Tomb, and they have 2 spheres, while I have potential to do a spree soon, plus a dig. So at this point, I pretty much wrap the game up. Yeah, Arcanist, Flashback Spree, Bolt. We can pretty easily close it out, and that was round 1.